Swayam Prabha. Digital India. Educated India.
So this is different from the what we discussed earlier. Crop production, cropping system means this lecture will know about crop planning. That means which crop has to be grown after which crop, and especially planning the crop planning based on the land ecosystems. How you can go for planning of the crop, and we will evaluate the yield assessment different cropping systems. So that will discuss definitely the afterwards. But this lecture will cover about the cropping systems and its objectives, types of cropping systems, crop selections in the cropping systems. So basically, what do you mean by cropping systems, and what are the advantages of the cropping systems, and different type of cropping system exists, and the crop selection, different type of how the crop selections in different cropping systems. This is required now when you go for the crop planning. If suppose you are now in a farm and you are appointed as a farm manager, so you should know your soil conditions, soil fertility, and you know the weather. So as we discussed earlier, so you know the soil, you know the weather, and also you know the market conditions. Based on that, you need to have a authority or planning. You should know how to go ahead with the farm, what type of planning we should make. That means what type of crops should be grown, and which season they should be grown, and each field unit for a particular field, what is your plan? So in the farm you have the 50-hectare farmland. So you are the farm manager. We need to make a farm planning, farm planning of that farm. Farm planning means the planning is to have the optimization of the input use in resources, at the same time maximization of the profit, maximization of the yield as well. The objective will be to maximize the yield and maximize the profit. At the same time, the resource use should be efficient, because optimum use of resources with less investment or less production cost, how you can have a more profit, and with the optimum use of the all resources, natural resources like the water, either soil value, and the rainfall as well. So that is the objective of this cropping system. So if you can have a planning, proper planning, you should not keep the land idle. If you have resources available, if you are keeping land idle, means you are not utilizing your resources efficiently. In case of cropping system, there should be efficient utilization of all resources. Soil is a valuable resources. One, you have soil, a natural resource. So why don't you use the soils? You have to use the soil. Every bit of land is a natural resources. They are all live. So you have to make the best use of these resources by proper planning. That is what we do a cropping systems, the farming systems. The cropping system is a component of the farming system. So what is farming systems? As we discussed in some classes, of course, farming system means this is an integration of all enterprise. That means you should have the crops, you have livestock, you have poultry, you have fishery, you have beekeeping. In addition to this, the crops are there. Crops also, you have the different type of crops. You have the seasonal crops, like the main diet of the farmer can have the cereals, you have the pulses, you have the oilseeds, what needs for the farming family. At the same time, you will have as a cash crops like vegetables, and high value crops like cabbage or the capsicum, broccoli are season specific, and also the which seasons what type of the vegetables you can grow, so that it can give a higher remuneration, higher return. These are the regular returns. And also you have some land for growing for the orchard crops, which gives returns as a perennial crops, and return comes up to 20 years, 30 years based on the crop. And you have the some lands used for the fishery or the fish productions, also the land for the livestock like cattle or the goat, and you have the poultry units, and so that means the integration of these components. If you have the several components in the farm, so in case of like a climate resilient systems, in case of the drought conditions or sometimes climate abnormalities, suppose you are losing your crop or any enterprise, there the farmer will have income from the other components. There will be no loss to farmers. If you are getting income from all, it's fine. So definitely we are interested to have the income from all sources throughout the year. But it may happen some cases because of extreme events. It may be cyclone, it may be flood. Some cases it happens that at least some components are protected and you get the return from those components. That's an integrated farming system. And in this system also is a closed cycle, you can say. Closed cycle means there is nothing waste here. That means the output or the byproduct of one component that goes as an input for other components, and this can be done well in a as a organic concept where you don't need to apply any chemical fertilizers or chemical pesticides. So whole system can be integrated in organic concepts, and every product can be branded as a organic. Your fish can be organic because organic fish. Even your milk can be organic milk. Your poultry chicken can be branded as organic chicken if that tag if they are managed a organic concept or zero emission concept in a closed cycles in an integrated manner. That is what's the integrated farming systems. So in India also, India now many people, many entrepreneurs, they are trying to have this one because this is remunerative. Definitely, it gives income from different sources. Even the farmers, if farmer has a bit of land and he can go for the integrated farming and he can get everything requirement for his farm family from his farm only. He can get good. Of course, now this is very the emerging situations now. People want to have a quality products. That means of quality fruits, quality vegetables, and quality foods, which is not available in market because of using a heavy amount of pesticides or the fertilizer contaminated. Most of the product you get in market, so they are contaminated with huge pesticides. So if you are growing your products in the farm and that's free from pesticides, that's a better healthy products, and we can get the products from from different sources that provides not only food security but also nutritional security for the farm family if you are going for the integrated farming system concept. And the cropping system is component of the farming systems. So what is cropping systems? So that will because cropping is if you know the cropping pattern, from cropping pattern we come to cropping system. So cropping. So now we'll go to the whiteboard. There I can discuss some details about the cropping system. So what is cropping system? Cropping system definitely is a subset of the farming systems, and this is the interaction between the cropping pattern with farm resource, farm enterprise, and farm technology. So the cropping pattern and its interaction with the farm resource, farm enterprise, and farm technology together make a cropping system. Then comes question, what is cropping pattern? What do you mean by cropping pattern? Any idea?
Crop rotations.
Crop rotation, exactly correct.
Multiple
Yeah,
cropping.
Multiple crops. Cropping pattern is the crop rotation. That is cropping pattern. That is a yearly sequence and spatial arrangement of crops. That is cropping pattern. That means which crop has to be grown after which crop. That is known as cropping pattern. You see the cropping pattern. Cropping pattern. This is the yearly sequence and spatial arrangement of crops. That is known as the cropping pattern. This is yearly sequence. Spatial arrangement of crops. So this is what the crop rotation. That yearly sequence means in a year, after every season, suppose Kharif, Rabi, Zaid. In Kharif, what crop you are growing? After that crop, in Rabi, which crop you are growing? And in Zaid, summer season, which crop you are growing? So in a particular spatial space, in a particular field, in yearly sequence manner, what type of crop you are growing, that is cropping pattern. And keep in mind, cropping pattern is very generic. It's not specific. It's a very generic one. This is very generic as per the season. cropping pattern is very generic as per the season. So if you know what are the crops in Kharif season, what are the crops should be grown in Rabi season, you know cropping pattern. Suppose you get rice and wheat, rice potato, corn mustard. Corn is grown in Rabi season, mustard is grown in corn is grown in Kharif season, mustard in Rabi season. So these are the generic cropping patterns. Okay. Then how is it different from cropping system? When this cropping pattern has interaction with farm resource. What are the farm resource? Farm resource means
Farm means sir,
yeah.
farms
Sorry. What do you mean by farm resource?
Water, sunlight,
farms assets.
nutrients.
So the farm resource means, okay, say just say the resource means your land type. Okay, what type of land you have. When you decide cropping pattern, we don't look for land. When you think of cropping pattern, you don't look for land. We look for only a particular season. What season, what type of crop is grown? It's a very generic one, cropping pattern. But when you interact this one with the farm resource, that is your land type, what land you have, what labor, manpower you have, and also capital. These are the main resources, you can say farm resource, land, labor, capital. You see what land you have and labor and capital in case of farm resource. What is farm enterprise? Farm enterprise means
Digest of everything, every resources.
Yes, farm enterprise
Consist of every resources, operation,
every resources.
units.
Yeah, suppose you are going for integrated farming. Okay, enterprise means different units. Suppose you have the livestock, poultry, fishery. That is a farm enterprise. And what is farm technology?
All machinery.
All machinery, right? So these are the mechanization. You can say the mechanization. So see how they influence the cropping system, because when you know the cropping pattern, interaction with farm resource, land, labor, capital, farm enterprise, you have the different components, you have livestock, your poultry, fishery, other components you have, and the farm technology, mechanizations. Mechanization all aspect. Mechanization means your land preparations, your irrigations, your sowing, seeding, fertilizer, all comes under farm mechanizations, farm technology. So this the cropping pattern in interaction with the farm resource, farm enterprise and farm technology that decide what type of cropping system. That means cropping system is a very specific to a particular farm. Cropping pattern is a generic one. Cropping system will be very specific to a particular farm. How? Suppose you know the cropping pattern. Cropping pattern is a rice and wheat is a cropping pattern. I can say rice and potato is a cropping pattern. That is known cropping pattern because rice is grown in Kharif season, potato in Rabi season. So suppose this cropping pattern, I want to implement my farm. What my resource I have? I am one farmer, a poor farmer, and maybe XYZ is a rich farmer. Okay, he has huge amount of resources. He has huge capital. I am a poor farmer. I don't have capital. I have very limited capitals. So in my case, what cropping system I should do? And in case of the rich farmer, same land is same, particular land. What cropping system he will do? In my case, I may go only for rice crop, or after rice, I'll think a crop of less economic investment because I don't have that much investment to make. So I may go for the mustard. I can go for rice and mustard. The mustard it doesn't require high investment, the less investment, and doesn't require high water irrigation also. It doesn't require more. I can go for the mustard. After rice, I'll go for mustard. But the poor rich farmer, when he has opportunity to invest, he has huge money, he has capital, no problem for him, he can go a cash crops. He can go for broccoli, he can go for potato, he can go for tomato, the crop which can give good return. So he can go for suppose potato also. So that is what the capital that influence the cropping system. So somebody has a high capital, he can go for the better investment. So that is what the farm resource, how capital indicates the cropping, that changes, that determines what type of cropping system to be followed. So think about land. Suppose I have a land, the land is upland ecosystem which cannot retain water, and the other person has land, that land is a good land where the water can be retained and a fertile land also. So in that case, no, in case of in my land and the other person has a land, a fertile land, in case of upland ecosystem, I may not prefer to go for the rice in case of the Kharif season. I can think of growing for the corn, or I can think of growing for the ara or the as a pulse crop in the Kharif season. But the other person, he can go for the as for the medium land or the low land is there, water can be retained, and based upon his need, he can go for rice, or even if he chooses, he can go for the other also, depending upon that one, because land is different, land type is different. Depending on land type, we can change the cropping systems. Similarly, suppose the farm has livestock, the farm has poultry, farm has fishes, suppose the farm has cattle, good enough cattle, then in cropping system, he must include some of the fodder crops, that is to meet the requirement of the livestock. And the farm, the mechanization, it needs mechanization. How the mechanization, if the farm has irrigation facility, then we can go for the crops in case of the Rabi seasons and Jet season as well. If you have the good mechanization for the seeding and for the land preparations and the fertilizer application, all mechanized, then you can go for the high intensive agriculture. All the land should be fully occupied by the crops, and you can go for the timely cultivations and can have the good income. So that's what now, when you go for the cropping systems, this is when you decide cropping system is a cropping pattern which is very generic one, and when it interacts with the farm resources like the land or the labor, capital availability, and the farm enterprise, depending on the enterprise of the farm and also technology available, we can decide what type of the cropping system should be followed for a particular farm, and to have a better returns, the maximum returns, maximum profit can be incurred from the piece of the land, so the land we have, where you can have the maximum profit depending upon these three farm resource, farm enterprise, and farm technology. You have the mechanization, everything available. Why you keep the land ideal? Why you not go for the cash crops? You can go for the cash crops. You have no constraints of no financial constraints. You can go for the cash crops. You can have the technology. Irrigation is available. All machines are available. We can go for the cash crop. Can have the maximum return from the piece of land. That is what is a cropping system. That means the cropping pattern and its interaction with all this farm resource, farm enterprise, farm technology, that makes cropping system, whole gamut is a cropping systems. Is it clear? Anybody is in doubt? Any question here? Yeah. Okay, so if no questions, so I'll move to next. So you see, now this is a correct cropping pattern starting the Kharif season. Rice, wheat. Rice is grown in Kharif. The wheat is grown in Rabi season. Similarly, rice, potato, and corn, mustard. These are the correct cropping pattern. So can this be cropping pattern starting Kharif seasons? Can you grow wheat in wheat, mustard, and potato rice? Are these correct?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Wheat, yeah. If you think of the crop starting with Kharif season, wheat cannot be grown in Kharif season. The potato cannot be grown in Kharif season. So wheat, mustard, and the potato rice are not the correct cropping pattern. These are the cropping pattern, you can say. So this is only rice, wheat, rice, potato, corn, mustard. These are the correct cropping pattern. Similarly, you can take 3 crops depending upon the locations or the availability of the technology. We can go for the 3 crops as well. If you have the irrigation facility available, we can go for the 3 crop systems. So these are the cropping patterns. These are not correct cropping patterns. If you are starting the crop in a Kharif seasons, usually you go when you think about cropping pattern, usually start with the main season Kharif season, Kharif, Rabi and Zaid. So what crop is grown in Kharif season, what is in Rabi season and what is in Zaid seasons. So these rice, wheat, rice, potato, corn, mustard, corn can be grown in Kharif seasons. Corn is grown in Rabi season as well. Corn can be grown in Zaid season also. Rice also can be grown in Kharif, Rabi and Zaid. But but potato or wheat or mustard, those crops are specific for the winter crops. Those crops you cannot grow in Kharif season. If you are taking Kharif, it's a wrong cropping pattern. So first of all, no, when you go for the cropping system, you should have the idea. Cropping pattern means the season specific crops, which crops are grown in which seasons, and then if you know that idea, then you know what is your resource, farm resource available, what is your labor, the land type, which soil can be suitable for which type of crop cultivation. Suppose you are planning to go for your land type, the soil is the loamy soil. In that case, no, loamy soil is there. It's good for potato. We can go for potato, and also it's good for peanut as well, because the root and tuber crops, you can see the underground crops for the loamy soil is preferred because it can provide the better growth in the for the underground crop. You can go for potato, you can go for the peanut. Suppose you have very clay soil, even the weather is suitable for you, but the soil is a clay soil. Can you go for potato? Can you go for the peanut? No, because soil will not support the growth of potato or the growth of peanut. In that case, you can think of some other crops in rabi seasons. There are some other crops like cabbage. You can go for cauliflowers. Those crops can be grown well in case of the clay type of soil in winter seasons. But if soil is a clay soil, you cannot think of going for the potato or the peanut crops. So that is what say how the farm resource that influence your cropping system. So you have a generic knowledge of a generic cropping pattern, and you have to identify, you have to visualize where you are, what is your resources, what is your land type, and how much capital you have an investment, and what is your the farm other enterprise you have, and what technology available with me. Whether you have the full equipped with the irrigation, you have the 100% irrigations, or if you have the limited irrigations, then you are taking crops in Kharif season, and the planning of Rabi seasons will depend upon your irrigation potential. What type of irrigation you have. Then based on irrigations, then you can decide what type of crop you should grow so that you can meet the requirement of the crop. Because if you don't have 100% irrigation potential. Suppose you go for the irrigation for the Rabi seasons, you may not meet it. You have 50-acre land. Suppose you have the irrigation potential only for 30 acres. Then you can take for those 30 acres cash crops like potato, cabbage, cauliflower, which require the irrigation definitely. But other 20 acres, you should not keep them idle. Even though you have no irrigation potential, you can go for the crops which require less water, like you can go for the mustard. You can go for peanut as well. You can go for the pulse crops like green gram, black gram. Those crops require less amount of water. Crops can be grown after harvest of rice in those areas to have a maximum benefit of the farm, to have a maximum production. That is what is a cropping system. So now I'll discuss the different type of cropping systems. One is called monocropping, the other is multiple cropping. Monocropping means growing one crop year after year, and multiple cropping means growing minimum two crops in a year, two or more crops. That is known as a multiple cropping. Then why do farmers go for monocropping? Is there any reason? So definitely multiple cropping is better than monocropping. Why do what are the conditions that compel us to go for monocropping? Any idea?
Sir, availability
Their
of
lands are only suitable for single crop.
Mm-hmm.
Due to less availability of water, sir.
Yeah.
irrigation.
Yeah,
Nutrients
that's
in the
true.
soil.
So that means suppose the land, because that only the farmer can grow one crop in the monsoon season where there is a rainfall is there, and post rainfall, so there is no irrigation sources with farmer. So if he chooses, he can grow some of the as a crops like recurring crops he can do, but there is no scope, there is no irrigation, or there is very low rainfall region, and if he grows second crop, he may not get in return. In that case, farmer go for single crop in a year. As you say, the land also maybe land may have constraint. We can sometimes very low lying area where he can grow only one crop, and the other crop other same may not have the scope to grow crops, and the land has some limitations. If the soil has some limitations, in that case people go for monocropping. Sometimes happens farmers also the farmers they are well trained, or they have as a capacity building, they are the knowledgeable enough to grow a particular type of crops. If they change to some other crops, they need the support, technical support from other institutes, or the support from external supports, which he may not expect to get the support very regularly. In that case, no, he goes for only the one crop. In that case, also it may happen. So, and there may be, so it's true, there may be constraints from the weather, the rainfall is not available, or maybe land constraint may be there, or the farmers constraint may be there, they go for monocropping. But multiple cropping, so once you have the, if you are going for the two crops or the more than two crops in a year, multiple cropping. So there are different type of multiple cropping. One is mixed cropping, intercropping, and sequential cropping. What is mixed cropping? I think by now you know what is mixed cropping. And you know between mixed cropping and intercropping. What is this? Any idea?
Mixed cropping is cultivations of two or more crops. It may be side by side, means there are lands that is divided into two parts. One is for like one in one part you have dog pond, and in other part you are going for other types of like poultry, etc. Or any types of someone said about that rice. Mm, and and in intercropping, like you can in between the rows of rice you can also go for some other types of crops.
Okay.
Not rice, in between the rows of
Sir,
rice also.
in the
Yes.
mixed cropping, sir, we mix the seeds of two or more crop and then we plant. And in
Yeah.
intercropping, we plant 2 rows of one crop, then 2 rows of another crop like that.
Yes, yes, yes. That's true. Yeah, so that's what mixed cropping and intercropping. In mixed cropping, not Ansuman, the earlier one what said, this intercropping is fine. The mixed cropping were not different components, not different enterprise. Just say the crops only you are growing, but different seeds, different crops are grown together without any row arrangement. That means you have the you can grow like for example, you can go for wheat plus mustard. And here also you can go for wheat and mustard. So if you go for mixed cropping, so seeds of two crops like wheat and mustard, they are just broadcasted without any line arrangement. They are just mixed together. The seeds are broadcasted here. This is mixed cropping, where seeds of two crops they are mixed together and broadcasted. But this is what's a mixed one. And intercropping, here one row of one crop and second row of another crop. This is intercropping. So here the wheat row, then mustard row, then wheat row, mustard row, or two row of wheat followed by one row of mustard, or three row of wheat followed by one row of mustard. So different combination are, you see 1:1 or 2:1 or 3:1. So this is what intercropping. In mixed, seeds are mixed together, but here they are the proper row. Which is better, this one or this one?
Intercropping, sir.
Intercropping is definitely better because for the management point of view. But now what happens now? If you go for the machine, right? We are going for mechanizations. Now you don't want to depend upon the manual. So how you can go for intercropping using machine? It's become difficult. Now in one seed drill, you can't have different type of seeds, isn't it? How can you do that one?
Sir, by changing seed metering mechanism, sir, of that seed drill. Suppose
No,
one for the maize and another for the groundnut like that.
but it's very difficult to become the same seed drill for one seed drill for only a specific type of seed.
No, sir.
And
By changing a seed metering plate, we can do, sir.
no, that is again not convenient one. Seed metering plate you have to change every time for become one row and the other row it may become so difficult one. But see, intercropping is advantage. Intercropping has many advantages. Advantage that now when you go for intercropping, because you are choosing crops of different type, right? You can have cereals with pulses, they do complement each other. You can have this shallow rooted with the tap rooted, so that nutrient demand will from different layers. And moreover, if you go for the two type of crops, this is the example of crop diversifications. If you go for two type of crops, there will be less infestation of pest and disease. That is one of the advantages having intercropping. But when you come for mechanizations, it becomes a bottleneck. If you want to go for mechanizations, it becomes difficult to use mechanization intercropping. Not only bottleneck for the sowing, it is disadvantages for the harvesting as well. If you want to go for harvesting machine for the two crops are not same. If you are going for harvesting of the wheat and harvesting of peanut, we cannot use same machine. Okay, so there are difficulties in sowing and harvesting as well if you are going for intercropping. But how can, suppose you want to go for intercropping, at the same time we can go for mechanizations. My question is that suppose you want to do, you should go for intercropping because this has a tremendous advantages in intercropping. At the same time, you can use mechanizations. How can you go at this one?
By
Sir, we
changing
have to use
sowing
two
time.
machines.
Yes. Yes,
By
by
changing sowing time.
even if you go for changing sowing time, see, that is good, you can do, but what the row maintenance? But you cannot harvest one row at a time, you have to harvest 3-4 row, you are going for machine. Changing sowing time is good because usually when you go for intercropping, we choose a variety, two crops of different maturity duration.
Yes, sir. Short duration variety and long duration.
We do because that is a principles of intercropping. If you are going for intercropping, we choose variety of different maturity durations, not only to have a harvesting easiness, but also to have a management. Because if you are choosing, of course, crops are different definitely, and if you are choosing different maturity durations, it is expected that their critical stages should not overlap. If you are choosing same duration varieties for both the crops, their critical stages will likely to overlap and there may be competition. To avoid that one, we choose the varieties of varying durations so that the critical stages for competition for water and nutrient inputs are not same. They don't overlap. That is one thing. And second thing, of course, harvesting, during harvesting, so you can harvest one crop and second crop can be harvested at the other time so that we can avoid the mixing of seeds. Otherwise, there will be mixing of seeds if the harvesting time is same. So that is done. But think that for the as a convenient in operations in the sowing and harvesting, what we can do instead of having 1:1 row or 2:1 row, usually you do one strip based on the seeding zone, seeding machine, either 3 row or 4 row seeder. So one strip maybe 1 meter or 2 meter can be diverted for one crop, and the alternate strip similarly 2 meter can be for the other crop. That is what we can go for the mechanizations. Not exactly 2 row of one crop and the 2 row of other crop, or 2 row of one crop, 1 row of the other crop. Instead of that one strip, the entire strip maybe 3 row, 4 row for a particular crop, and the alternate strip maybe for the second crop. So that way your management will be easier, no problem. Seeding also will be easier. For you can use one seed row, one seed drill for a particular type of seeds. One seed drill maybe 4 row, 5 row, that can be used. And harvesting also same. So the harvesting machine can harvest the entire row at a time. So this is for the mechanization. If you want to be mechanization intercropping, so we need to think of the directions. A particular strip based on the seed drill and the machine for harvesting that can be diverted for one row, and the alternate strip of 2 meters, maybe 1.5 or 2 meters for the second crop. That is for as a intercropping. Well, is it okay? And so, any more question here? Or
Hello, sir.
yes, please.
I want to say that please share this whiteboard also, sir, in Microsoft file, sir.
Sorry, can you be louder, please? I cannot hear you.
Sir, please share this Microsoft whiteboard also, whatever you have written, so that we can read at the time of test, sir, in the Microsoft.
Still, the voice is dropping.
Sir, he is saying that to share the Microsoft whiteboard so that we can read this during the examinations also.
Okay, so Anshuman also told me same thing, but I have to take snapshot. I have to get time, do that one. Okay, I'll try to send this one, right? I have to take only screenshot. Are you not able to copy it? Okay, I'll send you definitely. I'll take one day and make the screenshot and send you.
Okay.
Okay. So this is what the intercropping. So there are two types of intercropping. One is additional and replacement. In additional, what happens? Suppose there are two crops of wheat and mustard. In case of additional, wheat becomes the main crop, mustard becomes the sub crop. That means the wheat population is maintained, the spacing between wheat is maintained. But mustard is a additional crop only. That is called the additional series. Suppose wheat spacing is 20 centimeter. So we are maintaining 20 centimeter between these. If you see, the spacing is maintained 20 centimeter in wheat. Same as the main crop is spacing for the wheat. In between two rows of wheat, we are going for the mustard, that is the additional series. And what is replacement? In replacement, we sacrifice the population of one crop to introduce the second crop. That means, suppose in this case, this is additional series. In this case, we remove this row of wheat from this. We remove this one, that becomes replacement series. Suppose we will not keep this row of wheat. This row will remove. Now wheat spacing is this is the spacing for wheat crop. Isn't it? Now wheat population sacrificed. Same also. Now none of the component crops have the 100% population as of sole crop. That is replacement series. Here we sacrifice the population of one crop to introduce the second crop. Here all the crops are equally important. So this is replacement series. That means the additional series, population of one crop is fully maintained as of the sole crop, and the second crop is introduced in the interspace of the main crop. But in case of replacement series, both the crops are equally important, and the population of one crop is sacrificed to introduce the second crop, that is the replacement series. So this is intercropping, the additional and replacement, and these are the principles of intercropping. You should have the two crops of varying durations around 25 days. It should be there 20-25 days duration. The difference of duration should be there, so that they are critical stages should not overlap, and the crops should be of the different rooting depth. One may be shallow rooted, one may be deep rooted, and the crops should not belong to same family, same type, like not cereal with the cereals. Cereals with the pulses may be there, or the cereals with the mustard with the oil seed may be there, or oil seed with the pulses may be there. Same group of crops should not taken, because to avoid the incidence of pests and diseases. This is intercropping, and then sequential cropping. What is sequential cropping means? Sequential means one crop is grown after harvest of one crop. So second crop is grown after harvest of the first crop. That is sequential cropping. That means crop comes in sequence. It may be double cropping, triple cropping, ratoon cropping, or relay cropping. Double means what?
Sir, maybe 2 crops in a year.
Two crops in a year, like we discussed earlier, maybe rice, wheat, rice, potato, corn, mustard. So these are the double crops. Triple crops means 3 crops in a year in sequence, like rice, wheat, peanut can be triple cropping, or corn, mustard, peanut can be triple cropping, or rice, potato, peanut can be triple cropping. So these are triple cropping. So when you plan for a 3-crop system, so keep in mind that at least 1 crop should be a leguminous crop, because you are going for the intensive agriculture. In case of intensive productions, if you take one leguminous crop, it is an auto building of the soil fertility, natural way of building soil fertility. Otherwise, through intensive productions, we are taking out existing huge amount of nutrient from the soil, but those has to be given back. That has to be given back. If you are including one of the leguminous crop in the system, that makes a soil fertility, means improvement, soil fertility, maintenance at least, no, as a eco-friendly maintenance of soil fertility, as a natural addition of nutrient to soil by having one leguminous crop. And what is relay cropping? So ratoon cropping. Ratoon means in
Same
one
crop
will
is
be sown in
keep
sides,
crop
doubles
next
of
time.
another.
yeah. So that means we harvest from stubbles are left, root portions are left in the field, stubbles are left. We harvest on the upper portion, and stubbles are again allowed, maintained to grow to have the second crop. That is ratoon cropping. So examples are no. What are the examples of ratoon crop? Any idea?
Mulberry.
Sugarcane.
Sugarcane, yes.
Sugarcane.
Mulberry, sir.
Sugarcane, banana, pineapple. Okay. So these are the only suckers are left. Banana goes for several years also. The main after we harvest the main trunk, main shoot. Then the suckers come from the base portion of the main stem. Then they are allowed to grow. Only the advantage is that you can minimize seed cost, right? And also you can minimize the harvest time for the second crop. Second crop matures earlier. And there are many disadvantages because no, this as same crop is maintained, so there will be more the pest and disease infestation. That's very difficult to control, and the yield of second crop definitely lower. But doesn't matter because you are spending less time, no land preparations, no seed cost is there, so that can be compensated. That's no issue. Only issue that no pest and disease management as the same crop is continued, so there may be no similar pest and disease may carry over to the next crop. The ratoon cropping and the relay cropping is that no. In relay cropping, yes.
Second crop before
Second
harvesting
crop
of the
is sown.
Yes, sir. Before
Second
harvesting,
crop
we will go second
before
crop.
harvest of the main crop. That is relay cropping. So here, suppose rice and mustard. Before harvest of rice, but rice has attained maturity. At that time, we grow the second crop, like rice and mustard is relay cropping. So before harvest of rice, maybe 15 days before harvest, when the crop is attaining towards maturity, we grow the second crop in the field. We sow the second crop, so that second crop can be harvested. Why do you go for relay cropping? What are the conditions compel us to go for relay cropping? Yes.
Duration of the crop.
Any
due to lack of availability of master, so that farmer can use the available master.
Yes. So that means no, to retain the no residual soil moisture actually in case of the area where is a low rainfall region and rain-fed area especially, we do prefer to go for relay cropping especially for the rain-fed ecosystem and low rainfall region. In that case, the farmer wishes to have 2 crops in a year. So it will be difficult for him if you want to wait till harvest of the crops. After harvest, you want to go for the second crop because there is no irrigation facility and there is no assurance of the rainfall will be there. If he harvest the first crop and goes for the land preparation and sowing second crop, in the meantime the soil moisture may be lost, and if he even sow the seeds, the seed may not germinate. That's the problem. But if he sow the seeds before harvest of the first crop, because when the crop is in the field, the soil moisture will be there because the dew fall is there. Soil moisture retained. With that moisture, the seed may germinate. So before harvest of the crop, seed germinates, and the second crop we can get return. Only thing is possible for the manual harvesting. If you are going for the mechanical harvesting, this is not possible because you are sowing the seeds as a broadcast. Farmers don't maintain a line sowing. They go for the random broadcasting of the seeds in the field and they harvest the first crop and after harvest of first crop, the second crop may be there. That germination might have been done before harvesting. The crop might have established before harvesting, and it gives some return, and without any proper management. That is only additional return. Only investment seed cost is there. Seed cost is there, and no other investment is there. The farmer want to get the return because to catch the residual soil moisture present in the soil, and only for the rain-fed ecosystem. And that's only again that on manual basis, manual operations. If you are going for the machine operation, probably the second crop will not survive, because if you once you put the machine, it may get spoiled, because the second crop will be around maybe 10 days, very succulent stage. If machine runs machine harvesting, then it may not be feasible for the machine harvesting. Only for the manual cases, where the poor farmers, they want to have the second crop after harvest of the first crop and utilizing the residual soil moisture, they do go for as a relay cropping. Yeah. Yes. Any more? These are all the different cropping systems. So any more question from here? This is just like relay race. Relay race means the year 15 days, at least you get 15 days, and moreover now this second crop should be very short duration. We cannot take the crop of 100 days. Only 60 days duration, because there is no assurance of water availability. So second crop if you are taking, there should be harvest, otherwise the farmer will lose the seed cost even. So only 60 days, and because 15 days remains here as overlapping, and the crop takes another 40 days, and in between, if it is your farmer fortunate enough, there may be some rain is there, then you can get a good return. If there is no rainfall at all, it may give a complete loss also. That may happen. But it is expected that in between 40 days, there may be some type of rain may be there. With a little rain also, you will get the return from second crop. Yeah, please. Any more question here, please? This is about cropping system. So yes, any doubt from anybody?
Sir, difference between additional and replacement intercropping. I didn't got that.
Additional and replacement. See, the question is the difference or the question maybe. Can you clarify the question?
Sir, in the intercropping, the two are there: additional intercropping and replacement intercropping.
Right.
So both differences. What are the differences?
Yeah, in case of additional, you have one main crop, one sub crop. Suppose wheat and mustard. Your wheat becomes main. If you are going additional series, wheat becomes main crop, mustard becomes sub crop. That means the 100% population of wheat is maintained. 100% population means as if sole crop. Wheat you are growing as if sole crop population spacing same. Sole crop spacing 20 centimeter. Here wheat one row to one row spacing remains 20 centimeter in case of the additional series. Whereas in case of replacement series, you may have to remove one row of wheat to introduce one row of mustard. In case of this, then spacing becomes here suppose here the 20 centimeter of wheat spacing here, and you are growing mustard. Just 1 minute. In case you are going for replacement series here, you have the wheat row, then you have the mustard row, then you may have the wheat row here, and spacing between these two, suppose these are the two wheat row, this is around 40 centimeter spacing, 40 centimeter. Spacing between two wheat row centimeter, but usual spacing of wheat is 20 centimeter. So if you are going this one row, this is wheat, this is wheat, this is wheat, and this is mustard. So this spacing between two wheat row becomes 40 centimeter, and again you have the mustard row. In this case, the mustard spacing also 40 centimeter, maybe 30 centimeter. In this case, none of the crops, either wheat and mustard, will have the population as of sole crop. Here, population of wheat crop is sacrificed to introduce mustard, and population of mustard crop also sacrificed to introduce the wheat crop. In this case, this is known as a replacement series. But this is when you have the wheat row. Suppose you make wheat row here also, and mustard in between, then this may become as a additive series, either additive or replacement. Additive series, the population of one crop is 100%, the other crop is introduced as an additional crop. In case of replacement, the population of both the crops is not 100% as of sole field. The population of one crop is sacrificed to introduce the second crop, and population of both the crops is less than 100% of the sole population. Did you get me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, any more question? Okay, no question?
Hello, sir.
Yes, please.
In field, we are using phosphate as well as urea, as well as MOP, those things. So like this, like urea, it contains only 46% nitrogen.
Yeah.
So that like as a chemical, the remaining portion will, how those remaining portion will affect our field in all the cases.
No, I could not get the question very properly. That means no.
Like.
Yeah, can you repeat the question again?
Yeah, like we are using urea, SSP, MOP for our nutrient requirement for plant or crops.
Right.
Now, suppose urea, it contains only 46% of nitrogen. The remaining portion is like some chemical.
Yeah.
How that remaining portion of the particular fertilizer or those will affect our field?
Okay. Now, those are the filling material, you say. I got a question because you see, if there's a chemical, so definitely it may have, you say that it may have the adverse effect on the field. So urea contains only 46% nitrogen. Okay, the nitrogen contains 46%, and the other materials like SSP that contains 16% P2O5, but they have other nutrients like calcium, sulfurs are there, and also they have the filling materials up there. I don't, those materials will not affect the soil quality in long term. Also, it will not have adverse effect on the soil. It will not affect the soil in adverse way, because they have, you have the nitrogen in this one most amount. You can urea, see nitrogen contains nitrogen. You see urea formula NH2CO NH2 negative. This is NH2 urea formula NH2CO NH2, where nitrogen is 46%. We are looking for nitrogen. They have also other materials, the other carbon components also there, but they are not going to have a adverse effect on the, as for the chemical it will be there, but that's not significant. In the SSP, they have also the filling materials are there, you can say. So filling materials in long run also you are depleting the soil, but we don't have a specific study to see the effect of the filling materials, the additional materials, the rest of materials on crop. Even if these materials are rising, the leaching loss is there, lost from the system, crop system also in the process of the rainfall or irrigations, there are subject to losses, and sometimes they have a contamination to the groundwater as well. It's there, but not that much of the effect on the adverse effect on the crop. Are you getting?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so I think if no more question, we can stop here.